Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of The Have and the Have Nots, Season 7, Episode 15. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, well, welcome back. Now, y'all, I don't know if this is the last season of The Have and the Have Nots because it seemed like Tyler at this point, he is just writing multiple things down, putting it inside some kind of, hat, shuffling around and just picking a few things and we gonna go with that. I know we've been saying this for the last few years, but it seemed like it's on 10. Like he has so many shows that he is writing that he cannot give his full attention to all of his shows. And I'm hoping since he didn't make billionaire status that he realized he can no longer be doing this. Because The Have and the Have Nots was a good show. But now he's just taking it to soap opera on steroid level and I'm not really appreciating it. I need him to get like a few more writers in so people will like, yeah, I like this show. This show makes sense. Instead of him having like 8, 9 shows that he's trying to put out there and him being the only writer on there, I'm tired of it. But a good chance that I will be coming back watching and reviewing. That's where I'm stuck at. I hate it, but I can't stop watching and reviewing it. But anyways, Wyatt, he's all high, showing up at the Malone bar trying to get drugs from Vinny, the man who stabbed him. And I was really going to side eye Tyler, even though I said I wasn't going to, even though I side eye him almost every episode. I'm like, so Wyatt is so high that he didn't stumble into the bar and he didn't stab this dude who is a part of the mob. This is what you're telling us, Tyler, but we get a little bit of clarification. Wyatt thought everything was cool since Jim paid the family. Like, yeah, I stabbed you. My daddy paid y'all. We cool. I can come here and like try to trade this jewelry that I stole from my mama for some drugs. So what's up? And they looking like, are you serious? Do you know where you are? He was like, yes, I am at a place to where I want to buy drugs. What else? This fool so high that he doesn't even realize he's walking down to what could possibly be his own execution. They talking about some let's go downstairs. I guess he think that's where they keep the drugs at. So he's so high. I'm assuming that he got a little bit of drugs from old girl that drove him there and probably a little bit of drugs when he was in the hospital when he slit his wrist. I don't know, but the point is he is extra high and they carrying this food downstairs and he might not walk back up them stairs. He might be coming back up in a body bag. We don't know. Veronica and all of her nastiness called New Maid. Now, y'all, I do not know New Maid's name, but she will be New Maid. Y'all know I love giving people like names on these shows. I don't really have a name. I don't really have names for people on this particular show. So I was like, New Maid, New Pool Boy. Those are their names. Y'all can go with what their names is on the show. I'm going to be calling them New Maid and New Pool Boy. But anyway, Veronica wakes New Maid up at 4 o'clock in the morning, wondering why she sleeps since she got to be there at 4. And she's like, I wake up at 5. What do you want? She didn't say that, but that's the attitude she has. See, that's what I do not like. I do not like being waking up out of my sleep. I don't care what I'm doing could be I don't say detrimental. My husband, for a few times, I've fallen asleep watching TV and he will go to take my glasses off, waking me up. Now, granted, he's trying to help me not, roll over and crack my glasses. I get that. But I'm mad at the time because you have waken me up. So that's where I'm kind of looking at her like, it's 4 in the morning. I don't get up until 5. If I lost out of hours of sleep because you called me to do all this stuff that I could have, now granted, you could have told me this the night before, but this is not how Veronica is. She need her pool clean. She need a massage. And make sure the masseuse does not wear that perfume that I do not like. I need me a new chef. Okay. Yes, Miss Veronica. I will do all these things, A, B, C, and D for you. So she get off the phone and she trying to roll over and go back to sleep. But new pool boy was like, "No, you gotta get up because this is a scam we got going on. We trying to rob her potentially." But this girl don't want the husband. New pool boy flirting with Veronica, and I'm like, "Ma'am, dog next door, don't pay attention to that. Y'all are running a con. You gotta go all the way with the con. I'm sorry you don't like this, but if this is something you don't want to do, maybe you shouldn't be out here trying to con people, because you gonna need boy to flirt with Veronica, because Veronica likes them young. You can't be out here wanting to con people and then not want your husband to play his part of the con as well. Okay? Shouldn't be in the con game if you don't want to go all the way. Now, y'all, I believe I've said I'm done with Justin multiple times, especially when he was out here, threatening folks and beating up folks and attacking cars and all these things. But this fool waited outside of Madison's apartment, waiting for Madison to leave so he could knock on the floor so he can get with Jeffrey. Now, that means that you either stayed up all night or you slept on an uncomfortable position in the hallway just so you can get to this man. I'm so glad that Jeffrey is over, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now, but you know how Jeffrey was at one point. He was feeling sorry for Justin and all the things he's going through, and he kept on almost taking Justin back. He was never doing anything to be like, bruh, I don't want to do. He would say it, but still be in, Justin's company. But he is no longer like that. He talking about something. He waited out there because he wanted to make love to Jeffrey. Jeffrey's like, I don't want to make love to you, so I'm going to suggest you to leave. Now, Justin's crazier brother shows up, ready to beat on him. Now, I don't know if said brother was waiting at another area in the apartment complex, waiting on Justin, who was waiting on Jeffrey. But either way, he shows up, ready to fight on the brother because he out here being gay, and you can't be out here doing that. Justin talking about something, I wasn't trying to do nothing. He was trying to get with me. He's like, I was sitting over there listening to you. I was around the corner all night while you was over here all night waiting on him. But even though I do not like Justin working on my nerves, I want him to take all that violence and craziness that he didn't show towards Jeffrey, Madison, and Veronica. I'm going to need him. Okay, dog, you ain't barked none in days. But now I'm doing the video. You want to bark? Okay, anyways. All that craziness that he showed to Jeffrey, Madison's car, and Veronica, I'm going to need him to unleash that on his brother. I'm going to need him to do that. I need you to snap right quick, just one good time on that brother, and maybe he'll stop beating on you. Now, David, he running all over town looking for Hannah for Jim, of course, because he has nothing else better to do with his life and than to do all of Jim's chores because Jim is laid up in the hospital. Jim tried calling Hannah several times to get the code for the car because he needed to find a car because Wyatt out here and escaped jail and he out here possibly finna doggone overdose on drugs, so we need to go and find this boy. Hannah ain't really trying to hear what Jim got to say. She don't work for Jim. She worked for Catherine. I don't care what you got to say. I'm not going to do it. So she going to work, not really sure why. Because when Catherine wasn't in jail, Hannah wasn't working. So why is it that when Catherine's in jail, you going to work? Make it make sense to me, Hannah. And possibly Tyler. But then I remember, this is Tyler Perry land, where everything goes. But anyways, David done showed up looking for Hannah. He talking about something, your son was over at Veronica's house. Okay, and he grown. What else? Your daughter stole that money from Jim. What else? That ain't got nothing to do with me. What do you want, man? Can't you see I'm coming to work even though I ain't been to work since I don't know when? But I'm here now when nobody's at home. What you need, boy? What you want, man? He finally tells her Wyatt didn't escape from jail, stole Catherine's jewelry, and he's possibly out there finna go buy some drugs. We want to save this boy, from overdosing at some point, okay? This is what we need your help with. We know that you got the code for Amanda's car. All the cards link up with the same code. I need the codes so I can track down where this car is. Now, I think it's quite funny if Catherine and Jim had let Wyatt, doggone it, just go to jail like he rightfully should have gone because he was out here high, ran and killed that little girl, ran Benny down, had him laid up in the hospital with brain damage. If they had let him go to jail then, they wouldn't be in the position that they are in right now. Nobody would be in that position. And I'm going to tell you how. Had they let Wyatt, I'm going to break it down to y'all. Because I need this video to be longer than doggone 5 minutes. I know it's like 11 minutes now, but y'all know what I'm saying. I need the video to be a little bit longer. Had Jim and Catherine, once they found out that this was Wyatt who ran this little girl down. This boy, he obviously has drug problems. He needs to pay the price for killing this little girl and running down this man. He would have went to jail. Had he went to jail, he would have never doggone it, got booked and wanted to testify against them, got his inheritance, overdosed, and Jennifer Salazar wouldn't have never got shot because she would have never gave him that money. That's one thing. If he had went to jail originally, Candace wouldn't have been able to hack into his account and take that money. So Benny wouldn't have never got stabbed for that point. And they wouldn't have that money. I'm going to try to time some. Yeah, if they had let Wyatt go to jail, he wouldn't have never been out here high and stabbed Vinny and now the Malone family after Jim, Catherine, and all those people. See? If you had done that, you wouldn't be laying up in the hospital with a gunshot wound. Shouldn't he be in custody as well? I know he done got shot and had to have surgery, but shouldn't he be in police custody as well? Catherine wouldn't be in jail at this time. They would be out here living their lives. Had they let Wyatt go to jail from his original crime. Bam. What else? I'm trying to tie in some more stuff. I think that's about it. Jeffrey wouldn't have been all stressed because I believe it was his car and all that stuff. Veronica wouldn't have been blackmailing him. All that. If they had let Wyatt take the blame from running down people and killing that little girl. Back to this episode. Now, Veronica, she got eyes for the new pool boy. New pool boy out there cleaning up the pool for free because he is so grateful that new maid, his wife, has a job. Now, new maid is wearing all of Veronica's clothes while being the maid. Don't make no sense. And why she has not questioned that is beyond me. I would wonder why this woman who does not look like she would want you to touch or look at her clothes want you to wear them. Now, granted, you got to take them to the cleaners and pick them up, but they are in the plastic bag on a hanger, and you ain't touching the actual clothes. She look like she don't want you touching the clothes or looking at the clothes, but she giving you access to all her clothes and her shoes and wigs. I would have been like, I probably wouldn't have brought it up. First of all, I wouldn't be worried about Veronica, somebody like Veronica, she could evil. I wonder why she want me to wear her clothes and her shoes and drive her car. Why she want me to look like her? That would have been because I'm a suspicious person. Those things would have been running through my mind. But when new maid was trying to say, I'm so grateful for this job. I done cleaned the house up. I done got your car washed. I done set you up to do this, that, and the third. I'm so grateful for this job because, I got kids. I don't want to hear about your kids. But as soon as she left, Pooh Boy saying, oh, I'm so grateful. Our son died in gun violence, and she go to rubbing on his arm and all that good stuff. And he kind of pulls away. And she was like, challenge accepted. This boy, obviously, I have to get with this boy because he's not throwing himself at me. So this is a challenge I must accept. Anyways, new maid need to watch out. She don't know that Veronica's all types of crazy. And I don't know why Derek hasn't told her, giving her the full nitty gritty of how crazy and evil that she is. Now, Vinny and Sandy got Wyatt downstairs. You know, he didn't nod it off because he didn't got high earlier. They got him downstairs. Now, it's Sandy's job to kill Wyatt. Now, y'all know, Sandy ain't about that life. He will be in the, the Malone bar. He'll be hanging around with everybody doing, acting tough. But we seen a few episodes ago when Vinny shot that police officer. Sandy is not about that life. Sandy could not shoot Wyatt. It wasn't in him. He just couldn't. So Vinny shoots Wyatt. We wasn't even looking at Wyatt. So I don't even know if he actually shot Wyatt, because we've seen these Malones and their shooting skills, and Benny was able to, escape from the little shootout that they had. So I don't know how skilled they are at shooting folks. But anyways, but I don't even think Wyatt is dead or shot. Y'all know Wyatt got more lives than Benny. Y'all know Benny didn't got in that car wreck, was in a coma for like a whole season. He didn't got stabbed. He didn't got kidnapped. A lot has happened to Benny, and Benny is still up walking around right now. So Wyatt, same way, didn't overdose several times and slit his own wrist. He has done a lot. He is out going to pollute his body with all kind of drugs and alcohol, and he is still walking around. So I don't know. I don't believe that he gone. I just don't. Lastly, can we talk about how we can tell that Benny, he ain't never been nowhere? He and Candace go to a hotel because she can't check in her flight. She don't know that she's been put on a no-fly list. They go to a hotel. Benny, he used to the pay-by-the-hour hotel, or if he want to be a little fancy, go to the Days Inn or the Holiday Inn. He's not used to going to a hotel. He's used to going to a motel. There's a difference. Motel, you outside and then go inside of the building. Hotel, you going through lobbies. It's nicer. And I don't know why he thought that Candace would want to go to some old cheap sleazy motel. Everything about Candace says she likes the finer things in life. She wanted to go to this $300 a night hotel. He like, what? $300? And then he's complaining about how much the hamburger is. Like, you get what you pay for. You want this nice luxury hotel with 1,000-count thread sheets. I said that twice. 1,000-count thread sheets. You gonna have to pay a little bit of money. So yeah, these two kicking it for the next few days. They didn't really have much going on except from them going to the hotel and then him complaining about the price and him wanting to go back to the hood to stay at a doggone motel. I'm like, I'm gonna try to get an Airbnb. I don't know. So that was the gist. We did have this little scene with Catherine talking about some how she the queen, she in jail, blah, blah, blah. So that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free $99. Make sure your notifications are on. So with my beautiful face. Puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.